everyone, it's Dr. Julie, and it is time for another Dr. Julie Nudge of Encouragement. I hope that you are all well. We are headlong into the holiday season. I know that if you're like I am, you are probably way busy, a little bit stressed out, rushing around, trying to get everything set for Christmas that's just in a couple of weeks. So, for right now, at least for the next 5 minutes or so, I'm going to ask that you slow down, take a deep breath in, and focus a little bit of space on yourself. Slowing down, remembering to put yourself in the equation of your busy, busy life, and most importantly, making time and space and making your recovery and behavioral changes a priority. Last week, we were talking about the theme of people pleasing, and I gave you a little nudge of encouragement that was directed towards observing yourself in interpersonal relationships, increasing your awareness of how you might be playing into a dynamic that comes from your own passivity, not speaking up, not offering your own input or your needs, and then getting into an interpersonal dynamic where other people then tend to focus on their needs because they don't know what your needs are, and then you might feel resentful and lonely and possibly reach for food. Well, I hope you were all able to observe that on the one hand and then begin to risk to put some of yourself and your needs into the equation of your interpersonal relationships as a next step of your journey of change. Today is going to be a related concept. We are beginning to show you really how, if you were an unseen and underloved or not appropriately loved child, and you developed kind of this propensity towards putting yourself aside, focusing on other people's needs, that perpetuates this sense of I'm not very important. Nobody sees me, nobody's aware of my needs, and before you know it, guess what? You're not aware of your needs either. Okay? So you end up in this interpersonal world and this intrapersonal dynamic, that relationship within yourself where you feel I'm not very important. Sometimes I feel completely even disconnected from myself, disconnected from my needs. I don't even know what my wants are anymore. And then sometimes if you do have a want, you are not allowing yourself to respond to it. So what does this do? This all repeats, unbeknownst to you and on an unconscious level. It repeats the same treatment that you very likely received in your early life, not being properly seen, acknowledged, responded to, cared enough for, and then therefore not feeling self-worth or worthwhile. And you start to replay that and repeat that within your own life, to the point where most of the time when I ask my clients, what are you feeling, what are you needing, there's a blank look on their faces. They don't know because they have not considered themselves for so long that that's become the normal. Okay? Well, we are going to take this concept and we are going to take the wonderful opportunity of the fact that everyone is rushing around looking for Christmas gifts for everybody else, to let them know how important they are, how much you're thinking about them, how much you're sensitive to their needs. And we are going to bring this into a healthier relationship with yourself. Okay? Well, for those of you who know me and or who might have seen a recent Instagram post, I am a huge fan of letting yourself know that you're just as important as everybody else and you're just as special and you want to be just as thoughtful to yourself as everyone else by including you on your own Christmas list. Okay? Every year I work to find the most perfect gift, yes, for myself. Now, does that mean that I am selfish? Does that mean that I'm not loving towards others? Absolutely not. I love loving my family and my friends with thoughtful gifts that have come from my heart because, again, it makes me let them know that I think they're very important and I think that they feel important as a result. But I've learned through the years that to do that for yourself is also imperative, especially if you need to be healed, especially if you were not properly loved as a child. And you want to be able to give yourself a message that says, I'm really important too. So every year, I try to find that perfect special gift that makes me feel warm inside. We talked about that warm feeling being connected to needs. And when I purchase it, I actually wrap it up in a really pretty box and great wrapping paper, usually one that makes me smile, and a nice bow, and I put it under the tree. And so on Christmas Day, I get that excitement, that joy. And when I open it, I get this warm feeling like I'm actually loved and embraced, primarily by myself. So guess what? That is your Mission Monday nudge. This is probably your favorite nudge I've given you, and that is over the next couple of weeks. As you are rushing around working to make Christmas magical and special for everyone else, I want you to include yourself on that list. Get a gift that you have not been allowing yourself to get. Get a gift that just makes your heart jump with joy. Something that makes you just feel loved and embraced and special, precious, the way that you absolutely are. Wrap it up and open it on Christmas Day. Okay, I would love to know what these gifts are that you're going to give yourself. You can post that, probably not before Christmas because you don't want the surprise to be ruined for yourself. Post it either before Christmas or after Christmas, but we want to be able to share in the joy and the joy of you beginning to love yourself. So that's your Mission Monday. Buy yourself a really special gift that says, I'm lovable, I'm worthwhile, and I'm embracing myself first and foremost. Take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.